Excelsior Vindy, and my co-caster for tonight is Botas. What's up?
Hey everyone, here to help out the cast of the TCG games.
Alright, so TCG, today we hit, 14, I believe, for the tournament-wise. And let me go ahead and bring this up while we discuss. We recently had a patch with, excuse me, I have like a runny nose and all that stuff. Sniffles, but
Yeah, it happens to everyone.
yeah. It kind of makes me lose out of focus and stuff. But aside from that, the bracket is almost here. Um, but we have a couple of people in here. Noticeable one in this bracket. We have CPV Floor, which seems to be a relatively new name. Into Counterpoint Virtuoso, and we have another team, PES Valkyrie, which is also run by the same person who made several different teams before this. We also have Hollow Sky Teji and Crow from CF, Artemis Dus from another HSK, and then Akko. Wow, interesting. Akko's in here.
Wow, Taco, really?
Yeah.
That's the
So
biggest name we have there.
yeah, so we know Akko is a definitely one of the bigger um, tournament in EXG and as well as in C/OCE. So he's gotten into multiple top 16s. I don't think he's in the top 4, but he's definitely trying. And if you don't mind, I am currently deleting a bunch of my friends right now in order to get this thing rolling.
Not
And
like this.
apparently, Raynad hasn't been playing for 29 days.
Oh, I mean, he does sponsor streams only.
Yeah, really.
He did bring it up one time because there's so many games he wants to play
Yep.
that it's more valuable for timing for him that he does sponsor it only. Like he
Uh,
said, the game wasn't bad, but yeah, that's how he takes on it.
okay. Well, there you have it from someone who watches it. Yeah. Hold on. Let me go ahead and set this up. Hopefully that didn't. Oh, yep. It did change. No, it didn't change. Good.
I can see it perfectly.
Good. So what are your thoughts in this meta? What are some kind of experimentations that you're going to expect coming out of this tournament?
Well, I'm expecting more rune decks. We saw a surge of it last week in the EXG,
Hmm.
and the rune before it was kind of like a joke deck of a class, almost like with your sword is simple to play, and rune is a bit harder to play and optimize.
Yep.
Simply because you have two different decks to optimize, or you either tech for dragon or you tech for shadow. You can't tech for both. And you see rune decks trying to tech for. They weren't even successfully teching for them because Dirt Rune couldn't beat Shadow consistently, and D Shift couldn't beat Dragon consistently either.
Mm.
But now that those decks are being brought down a level, Rune can actually wiggles around and trying to beat one or the other. Mostly Shadow now, and they can optimize their list more rather than trying to fight on two different ends of the spectrum.
I see. Alright, so it seems like the bracket just had started, so we're gonna go ahead and watch this match.
All right, I'm excited. And a lot of players use this. I imagine why Echo's here too. Also, mostly because they use this more as a test, because it's a tournament setting, and
Yep.
everyone is bringing real decks, and but you don't have the pressure of the tournament,
Yep.
so you can bring whatever you want and test whatever you want.
Yep. And so this is more of like a training ground rather for people who want to start off small and get something into this tournament, most likely. So another thing with this too, if any of you guys are interested in joining, all you have to do is just look up TCG eSports in Battlefy, and when you do that, you should be able to see their list of tournaments. We're on number 18 right now, so obviously you can't do that. But if you go to number 19, Shadowverse Weekly, Shadowverse Weekly number 19, excuse me, you should be able to see that the sign up should be up for that. However, there is no prize, just glory. But if you want to practice, if you want to try to aim for something bigger and use this as a training ground, this is something I would suggest. That way you can, get something started.
Yeah, and it's a lot. Like also they have to realize. A lot of people have to realize the difference between ladder and tournament setting. Like Aegis Haven is one of the worst deck to bring into ladder because with sitting with like 47% win rate, that you will not climb playing Aegis Haven. But in tournament setting, we've seen Aegis won the last 2 tournaments, and it always topped 16 with like 3 or 4 copies. That the Aegis deck is very refined, and it's better in the tournament setting because you have more specific matchup that you can gear towards.
Right.
Especially Shadow.
Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead HSK Artemis. I do have him.
I'm watching the big names already.
Yep, of course, my friend. That's how we start things off. Something big. That way we can follow up to what they're doing. So the decks that they brought today are, for Artemis side, we have Sword, Blood, and Shadow. And then Akko bringing Forest, Dragon, Shadow. Now, according to, I don't know if you read the statistics, but on teamexg.com we have the statistic for the Swiss this time. And the data on that is very interesting, as it shows that Dragon is at a 57% win, and then the Shadow is 54. Those two are still the strongest classes.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was gonna bring this up eventually in the tournament. Personally, I think because the nerf was a blessing in disguise. Because before, Dragon was dangling around trying to do everything. It was either trying to be half control, half storm, half combo. Like it was trying to do everything because it was so good. Like you couldn't pass up all these tools that you were given to. But now that the nerf hits, Dragon becomes more tech heavy. Basically, it runs. They have a more solid plan and focus, I want to say, because Storm Dragon is now full on Storm, instead of in between with some defensive tool, some aggressive tool, and Ramp Dragon is now full on like heavy like Lucifer and Israfil Saha package, super defensive, just grinding them down. And because of the switch on the focus, it has a more lopsided matchup. Because Control Dragons just simply crush all the aggro decks, and Storm Dragon beats a lot of mid-range decks.
Right. So, how would you counteract against that?
Aegis is probably the number one, and we also saw, according to you, that's Aegis just completely crushed Dragon. Like it shuts Dragon out. Because before Dragon, the reason why Dragon was dangling in between because they had that sudden 13 damage burst combo or even 11 damage burst combo that Haven can't deal with. But now that you don't have that much burst anymore and your bursts are more predictable, like say Earth Forte, it's a lot more predictable and easier to defense against. It makes so that the Haven player has all this time to build up and set up a Aegis turn, and Dragon simply can't handle Aegis.
Okay. So
also, Forest is another traditional counter.
Well, Forest that I see usually aim after Dragon and Sword lineups, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we can see here that Akko had brought, Dragon, Forest, and Shadow, versus Artemis, and I feel like his lineup is more prepared to play against Artemis's lineup, which is consisting of Sword, Blood, and Shadow. And if he fights against his worst matchup, which is Blood, and as long as his opponent doesn't ban out, will most likely ban out his Shadow, then we can see Akko being Forest and Dragon versus Artemis's Sword and Shadow. Does that seem right? Would that be the right bans?
Yeah. So the easiest way to see the bans, I mean, it depends on the player. Obviously, everyone makes different decisions. But the easiest way to see what is coming out, or normally predicting the bans, are they running Haven? If they're running Haven, they're most likely not banning Shadow. If they're running Forest, they're definitely. So Forest and Sword lineup, you have to ban Shadow because Shadow is your worst nightmare.
Okay.
And they are evenly matched against other decks. And because of the Forest in Akko lineup, I'm predicting a Shadow ban. And because of the Sword in Artemis lineup, I'm also predicting a Shadow ban. I mean, it's not like next level prediction. It's just what we normally see in tournaments.
Right. Well, right now, we don't see any matches going on. We do see actually one match going on right now, but our bracket is the one the one that we chose hasn't even started yet.
Is Akko not here?
Yeah, we got 2 matches that are actually starting now out of the rest of the matches that it hasn't started yet. So, still waiting on Akko to see if he can respond.
Yeah, I believe he is Chinese, so time zone might affect him a little bit.
Yeah, but that not much different. He just needs to wake up 9 o'clock in the morning. That's okay.
Yeah. But again,
though I do have to say, some of the Chinese players are randomly popping up, or Taiwanese player popping up to play these games.
Yeah, and I'm glad that they are popping up because it's an open tournament,
Right.
and I feel like JCG should do the same. Although,
no, I actually would disagree with that. Actually, with their numbers, that would be ridiculous. Can you imagine how much they would handle globally?
Yeah, I understand that. Like statistically, it's hard, but they are the most capable of doing it out of all the hosts. Like even though it's hard, right? But for the only organization with enough structure to do it, it would have to be Saigon themselves to host that huge of a tournament.
Right. So here's the thing why I would disagree with that, and it's mainly because of marketing and what it is gearing towards to. When you have a game that's already geared towards Japan, and the Japanese players know, like, it's hugely widely known over there. If you try to bring in people to join that tournament, the problem is language barrier. It's like you have to know Japanese in order to play their tournament, and that would be their only main requirement. It is possible that someone else side can play it as long as they have the Japanese phone number and address, or mainly just Japanese phone number, but there would be almost no way to get around the language barrier, and even if they speak a little Japanese, that still wouldn't help. That's why.
To be fair, we've seen a lot of international players in the EXG tournament, and communicate just fine.
Well, you have to think about this way too. The reason why it's okay for EXG to do it internationally is because English is a pretty known language throughout the world.
Yeah.
Japan, on the other hand, not so much. Rather, the most common language in the world is, I think, Mandarin.
Yeah.
And
or the most spoken.
The most spoken, yes. And if that's the case, then everyone in the world would need to globally speak that language in order to participate in a global tournament. I think, though, technically speaking, English is more global in the esports world, where people travel to places, and then there's English people translators that can translate. So that's more of a esports language kind of
Take
say.
my blade of resentment.
So in this kind of way, that's why I kind of have to decline on having Japan or JCG to open it up, which means that they would have to translate all their languages to English to make it a global international thing. Now, if they create their own, a separate division where it is international only and Japanese players need to know English in order to enter a JCG international tournament, that would make sense. Do you see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from, and it's probably right. It's just in my personal experience. Again, it's just personal experience, so it's not too much. Like I play with a lot of Korean players where their English is very weak. Not to say they have bad English. So my Korean is
Better
pretty
than
horrible.
Japan.
Yeah. Because all I need is like room number. Let's go.
Well, that's the thing. Well, that's fine. That's at the basic level. But you also have to talk about the company, the organization, and what if there's complication. That's where the language barrier would come from. And it is frustrating to having to translate and discuss with these players if they don't know it at all. It becomes more of a kind of, you have to look at it as time and money. If you're wasting too much time for little money, then it doesn't equal out. You know what I mean?
Oh, we're just advancing to the next round. But yeah, I totally understand you.
Yeah, apparently. So,
Echo.
hold on, before they start even their match, apparently all the time is 2-0 because these players didn't ready up. So all the matches advanced already, and so we're actually watching Artemis versus Crow at CF. Hilarious. Alright guys, round 2 is already here, and all we did was just spoke about this sort of thing.
Talk first. To get some action going.
Yeah. So now we get another match. We got Crow versus Artemis. So Crow here, he brought in Dragon, Blood, and whatchamacallit, Haven. And then we have, of course, the Sword, Blood, and Shadow. The bans right now, as you can see, is Artemis's Shadow is banned, followed by Crow's Dragon being banned. So what are your thoughts? What are the first lineups that they will bring, and what is the best situation for each player that can have the best possible outcome to win?
So, seeing the lineup, I actually disagree with Artemis banning Dragon, simply because he has Sword, Sword, Shadow, and Blood in his lineup, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, because you're bringing Sword and Shadow,
yep.
Haven is probably Aegis deck, and Aegises tend to tech heavily for aggro matchups. Even though Blood is kind of favorite, if it's Vengeance Blood, Blood is favorite into Aegis.
Yeah.
Just, I think Haven should be banned out because Sword can still beat Dragon. Well, okay, Sword is not even that favorite into Dragon.
Sword, from my past experience, it's really draw dependent. It's either whoever bricks at this point. If Sword managed to get all their storms quickly enough, they can win it, as long as Dragon doesn't get their ramp early. If Dragon do get their ramp early, it really depends on how the Sword player would draw and defend itself. Once it drops, however, in Ouroboros, that's when it goes downhill, because Sword has no way to really get around Ouroboros except to go strictly face and hope that he wins the next turn. If that situation doesn't happen, I would say the advantage would go to Dragon in a 45 to 55 situation.
Yeah, I have to take back what I said because I'm more of a writing down and seeing person than remembering. After I wrote down the lineup, it's actually better to ban Dragon. So I apologize to Artemis for saying he was a mistake. Well, personally, I thought at first it was a mistake, but now looking at the lineup, I think it's actually the best choice. Because Sword is favored into Haven and is unfavored into Dragon.
Right. So we're gonna go ahead and get into the match right now. And hopefully they read it in time to get this started. So my prediction right now, based on the lineups that we're seeing, out of these classes, I want to say Crow should be able to win this. Especially if he's running with Vengeance. And that can be a little doozy towards Sword. And Sword doesn't really have much of a way to... Like, that 1-4 imp just kind of wrecks everyone at the moment.
Recently, I mean, I don't play the matchup, but from what I've heard, the matchup is actually favored in Sword because how aggressive Sword can be. And it punishes you for being in Vengeance.
Would you consider that to be a 55 to 45 in favor of Sword in a matchup?
It also depends on who go first. It favors the Sword player a lot, I think, going first, because they get to put more pressure. But if it's going first, I think it's a 60-40 matchup, Sword favor. Going second, though, is probably, like you said, 45-55. It's still in Sword favor, simply because they play to the board better than Blood can. Outside of Air Jammer, Sword can play to the board very well. But this might not be Eventualist. Could be something spicy here.
Yeah, we don't really have the spectator client at the moment, but hopefully one day.
Just have instant access to everything.
So, what did we just see earlier? He just drew 2 cards and... Oh, okay, so Vengeance Blood.
Okay, it is Vengeance.
But this
it's a
is...
more consistent deck. It runs the 2 mana to make sure you get what you want.
Okay.
The draw spell.
So immediately right off the bat, we have our Artemis just bursting him down a little bit, or chip damage, excuse me. And he missed 1 damage.
I think his thought process was it doesn't matter how much damage he does early game because of this.
I guess if he plays this and it rounds up, it's still 8 regardless, and so he has to get rid of that. Get rid of both, actually. I can see, so this situation here, I can understand that Sword would have a way to win. Because he can just Evo right here and then just push in for 4 more damage and put him to 4.
Yep. The thing is though, Blood can swing, again, the tempo swings very... it's very swingy because of Diabolic Drain or Air Jammer. Oh, Righteous, a more defensive Vengeance.
No mercy.
I see that list in like the early version of Vengeance Blood when it just started roaming around and being experienced before it became Kiss Blood.
Yeah.
Righteous Devil was actually part of this list, and I'm surprised that it came back. Mainly, I think it's for of this situation. So that's a good tech card right there.
Yep. I do agree with being a pretty smart choice in a lot of aggro decks, and it's also a mirror breaker in a sense. Because you both put yourself in Vengeance, obviously. It's just that here I have a Bane, a really big Bane card that also heals me. So now you're forced to trade in, and whatever you trade in, gonna die to it. So it's a pretty smart mirror tech. And it was being tried early on simply because of the snake combo.
Should I suffocate you?
So here we see Blood player struggling a little bit here. He still has, you know, board and wards, but his time is running out.
Yeah. So he can't even use Sabaki right now, and the only thing you can use here is to evo out the Geno, which is, it doesn't feel good.
All ends here.
No, the blessing of this matchup is though, as Sword, you don't need to save that evo most of the time. Because, you know, as you can see here,
It's
Blood
a
is so
6-2.
low.
Yeah. It still doesn't, like, feel good to use that, though, mainly because I don't know why. I just feel like every time you have to evo a Geno just to get around something, and especially if it dies, that's when it doesn't really feel good. I guess in this case it's fine, because it survived and it's a 6-2, so anything it attack dies to, and then you immediately get 2-2s, or 2-1-1s.
So the reason why you feel bad about Geno dying there is because the whole purpose of Geno is to save your evo point.
Right.
That was the purpose of the card.
Pretty much, and the fact that you're evoing it just feels bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good.
You're like, wait, this card is supposed to do this,
It can't end
except
here.
I just have to do it anyway. Sometimes you have to, but
You're done for.
yeah, I can see why you feel bad there.
Turn the power of hope
Playing
to
for
light.
more board, there was 2 lines he could have taken, but I think this is safer.
Yeah, the more aggressive route would have been just to play the Aoidas, right?
No, he could have
Or
evo
Sabaki.
the. No, he evoed the 2-1.
Oh,
And
so
trade in.
he could have done 1 more damage with the Luminous Knight. Okay.
Yeah. This is still fine though because he still has the board, and the Luminous Mage need to be answered.
So what are the odds of Vengeance Blood actually running Storm? Storm, whatchamacallit? The 6-drop.
My shield.
6 drop. Oh, Soul Dominator.
No, the 6-drop
I've s-
destroyed the whole entire field for 3 damage.
Oh, Demonic Storm.
Yeah, there
Oh,
it is.
it's-
Storm, that's why I said
That's
Storm.
very
I was like, alright, that's game.
Yeah, Sabaki, Awidas.
Or Dance of Death. Wow,
Yeah.
good job. 3 ways to kill you.
I had all these options.
Broken.
Cards
Strength is formidable.
everywhere.
Yeah. And again, you can see why this matchup is so much in Sword favor because,
Well, to be fair, he didn't really have a 2-drop.
yeah, he misses 2. Well, he had to draw, and his first Vengeance activator was Soul Dealer instead of Belphegor.
Mhm.
So it
So-
wasn't 100% favored, but yeah. Now we might see the Blood Mirror. Could be spicy.
So the first win goes to Artemis.
Yes.
Time to get
So
started.
we'll be seeing his blood now, and we can expect that this could be a Vengeance blood as well.
Yep. And we can see that Crow already showed that he's quite tech for the mirror. So he might be favored here. But we'll never know.
Whoever gets into Vengeance first, right?
Yes.
And also playing around your opponent's Vengeance as well. I mean,
So it's actually a lot of mind games. It's, you kind of don't want to put yourself in vengeance, but you have to put yourself in
For my
vengeance.
food.
don't you just
It's
love to be a masochist who like to cut themselves often? It's like, please.
This is my home.
It's just like
Are my food.
you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. situation.
Exactly.
I am the Mad Cyclone.
Okay, I like this. Except, what if your opponent uses their Razor Claw to get around that? But then again, you wouldn't really want to use that on a 3-turn anyways.
The world.
I was just kidding.
That's a huge creature.
Yeah. Which means we can expect like a Belphegor or a Soul Dealer the next turn. But it feels weird. I don't know how I feel about Soul Dealer in this situation though. If it was Belphegor, it would be fine, but yeah. Weaken him lower so that if you play Soul Dealer, he'd be at a lesser half.
Yeah. I don't agree with Razor Claw, the creature there. Mostly because it doesn't. Like you want to save that burst of damage because he put himself in this situation where he lowered himself down. Because if that was a Belphegor, right, your Razor Claw did practically nothing.
Didn't he use that to remove so that he can go face?
Yeah, so effectively the claw did 3 damage.
Okay.
Because if he either traded, he either no, not really traded. He either sent his creatures into the wards, or he go face with it.
Interesting. I think we're going to be expecting an Evo here.
The contract's broken.
And just say you don't. Oh, no Evo.
Okay. So, why do you think he suggested that?
I
Instead,
think, yeah, he's doing that because he's like, I dare you to put me in vengeance. Just do it.
so, but it's not that much. Well, technically, it is lethal in hand if he puts him in vengeance.
Oh,
Is he
this is
gonna
the
do
test.
it? Yeah. He doesn't have a ward, so he can't exactly put him there. And he has to. Crow has to think. He didn't go face. He didn't Evo here.
Witness the power.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this play here. Setting up a lethal next turn.
Yep. And he doesn't have a self. If he had another Razor Claw to put himself into vengeance, that would have done it well for him. It looks like a game going towards Crow here with an advantage.
And again, any creature he plays can just be answered by a Devil Vengeance. Oh no, Righteous Devil, and suddenly you're not in a winning position anymore.
Right.
This is 11 damage with the Evo, so he needs 3 more damage. Let's see if he can find it.
I mean, you should. You're 6. You have Dark Generals. You have Razor Claws. You have another Soul Dealer.
That's playing with fire.
It is.
Oh man.
This is actually lethal. Oh, almost. He's at
No.
12. No, but that's not enough. Wait, is it?
It's not enough because he has
That's
to kill the
3.
ward.
Ah, no, that's 3.
So the Soul Dealer actually saved him there.
Because it's
even though
6-4.
Yeah, even though he was playing with fire,
Oh.
it's actually a very heads-up play.
This is my home. You are my
Now he doesn't
food.
have much of a choice but to play the Dark General here and to swing into this.
Let's have some fun.
No.
Or Evo here.
Go!
Yeah, he's taking a risk that like the only way I win this game is to guarantee that the Dark General is going
The
in,
contract's broken.
because Crow didn't kill you last turn.
Yeah.
Most likely he can't kill you this turn.
That's or this.
Yep.
Let us come.
So this is still lethal though, fortunately.
All in fear.
11 damage.
I lost. You're
Alright.
tough.
First win goes to Crow. For his win. Now we get to see Haven matchup versus Vengeance Blood.
Oh, and this matchup is very favored in unless it's Storm Haven. If it's the traditional Aegis Haven, Blood favorites it a lot, mostly because of Belphegor, because they can put themselves in vengeance, and the Haven player cannot punish them for it.
It'd be mainly because of how slow they can be in the first 1 through 6.
Yeah, and Belphegor is a way of saying of putting you ahead on cards versus a control deck.
So another thing, the only possible the way that Aegis Haven could win is having 2 Beast Aria on the ground in preparation for that.
Or you survive to turn 6 and Themis Aegis.
Time to get started.
That's
Or
like
turn
the
5.
only way.
Despair
Or
all
turn
you
5
know?
with the Lion Spirit.
Yeah, but as we see here, the curve, yeah, he's just gonna keep all 3 cards. Oh, from both players. No mulliganing. Confident in their hands. But from what I can see here, the Blood hand is extremely good. Because I said
Yeah.
Belphegor lets you get up on cards, put down pressure, and put you into vengeance.
The only thing that can be of concern right now is that he didn't really pick up the Devil Vengeance for the turn 3. Instead, he has a Succubus, which is fine. Still does pressure for the 2 damage.
I'm powerless.
Succubus is effectively Devil Vengeance for the damage. It still does 4 damage. but it only do it situationally. It doesn't do it all the time. Of course, it's gonna fall off, but yes, it is almost like a devil vengeance.
Let's have some fun.
Alright. So again, we spoke about having 2 beasts called Arya.
I am the mad
Okay, so
cyclone.
Grimnir to defend it off, which is good. But both of these can just swing into that and just survive.
A
And
cudgel could maybe save him here.
Really?
I don't like that at all.
Really?
But again,
I think he didn't
He's
want
in
to
no rush.
activate his vengeance because he doesn't have any vengeance activate or usage. So he might be
Yeah.
using that for something later. He's kind of like looking out for something.
Your evil deeds.
I think it's just more of consensus saying, I don't have vengeance cards, so I don't really need to put myself in vengeance. I can do it anytime I want.
See your weakness.
I'll just do more damage this way.
But you shouldn't really think like that because that's still 2 cards that could possibly bring you.
Cruel.
You're thinning out your deck in order to get those answers, and that's usually the case. Like for
Yeah.
example,
Oh, and he's not punished for that here.
Gold to me.
Because I was gonna say, if he Belphegor last turn, he can make the more calculated play this turn.
yeah.
Yeah, but now he with top decking Diabolic Drain, it doesn't matter.
He could have he could have actually went Dark General, attack phase, and
Yes.
wow. So this is what happens when you don't play Belphegor first. In terms
I mean, he still has lethal in hand, so it's not too bad.
yeah, but there could have been like a more effective way to play it.
Yeah.
The real battle begins.
Certainly, I do agree there. And again, giving yourself more option in the later turns with Belphegor is better than Belphegoring now without any options. Putting himself back in vengeance, I mean, it doesn't matter because we see the hand, but normally I don't think that's a smart choice because this just happens.
He could have saved himself the trouble of putting him into vengeance. He could have saved one more turn. It would have done
Well,
just 6 damage instead.
No, it wouldn't matter because the wolf would put himself in vengeance
Oh
anyway.
yeah, that's true too.
Envy you.
It's just
I was
that,
looking at Spider Imp for some reason. See, this is why I wear glasses. And my glasses aren't
But yeah,
working.
it's just that you have to be careful, especially in this matchup, because you're not gonna pressure the blood player down. You have to survive.
I got your friend to laugh.
Yeah. It looks like Artemis took this round.
Alright. Now let's see if we can follow up with a match. We still see the Yuzu versus the math equation versus low key versus floor still going on. Did you disconnect there, my friend?
Yes. I'm
All
sorry. Mute Skype. My bad.
Alright. Just when you can show your cam. So again we have Square Enix. I'm just calling him Square Enix because of his square roots, what I'm gonna call it. And then Yuzu, their matches is still going on. And then we have Loki versus CPV Floor. So out of those players we'll be going into semifinals next.
Yes.
Alright, so
Remember to mute Skype. I'm sorry.
right.
I messed up.
Sorry.
Yep. It's all good now. We got it.
Yeah. It's hard to hear double voices all the time.
Yeah. I apologize. I accidentally click on the the red button. I'm like, oh, shiny button. But back to the point. Yeah, we do have Teji and Floor. It seems like Floor advanced.
Now, I feel like the Weekly Shadowverse tournament number 18 has a lot of HSK players coming into this.
Yes, they use this. I've been noticing ever since I started, watching these scenes. They use this as a training ground. Like instead of hosting internal scrims, this way you get more people into it, and your own team, practicing against each other.
Sure.
So that you don't get the one bad thing about scrimming against each other is that you get so used to their play style that you don't get punished. So you know exactly how they play this game.
Mhm.
Um, you don't really you can make easy reads, whereas in the
Right.
tournament setting, they won't make the same reads.
Oh, talking about reads, are we? Are we in the fighting game community?
Well,
Whoa,
I
is that a
mean,
2B?
I'm not saying like this game
2B
takes a
wake up?
lot. I'm not saying like there's a lot of things going on, but sometimes it puts you in a false sense of security
Yeah.
because you're seeing Aegis Haven like, oh yeah, he's gonna play control style. No,
Well, I think also in tournament settings, even if you play with your friend kind of puts like they're testing out their decks, but they're not playing it out like how would they, normally play. But if it was like in
Yeah.
a tournament playing and you're playing against your opponent that knows you, you're forced to play into a way that you normally don't play.
yes,
So, in that sense too, there are situations that can happen. Um, we are waiting for our semi-rounds, and CPU Free Floor versus Artemis Deaths are playing, but we're not going to be watching. We're waiting for HSK Teji versus one of the winners from Yuzu versus Square
Enix.
Equation. Um,
Yeah,
so,
math, I can
yep. So they are currently
most
playing.
likely playing Forest.
Yep. Let me see if we can get. Let me see here. Do we have a Teji in this friend list? I have a bunch of HSK in here for some reason.
They do play a lot of the
I have all the
TCG
teams.
tournament.
Yeah, I have like all the teams in my list. Like
The Rainbow team.
Colonel Sanders. Hilarious.
That's a team, dude. I joined that team.
But you're already in the team.
Dude, Colonel Sanders. If I get free fried chicken, no team can hold me. Sponsored fried chicken every day. I mean, it might sound bad eventually, but oh man, can you
Of
pass that up?
course. Of course. Alright, so, you know what? While we're talking about it, I have 230 points. How much are you at?
I'm at 300.
300? Hey, we're not too far away.
Yeah, I've been testing Storm Aegis just to see how it goes. I've been trying to hold.
There was a list previously, before the nerf, that made it through in top 16. With the Storm
Yes.
Aegis. Was that you?
No, it wasn't me. I did saw the list and I did talk to him before the tournament.
Okay.
So, and I think it's a strong deck. It's just not my style, and I can't play it. But I've been trying a lot to play it.
Okay. How do you feel about banner swords right now? Those has been an interesting idea that's kind of coming back now that the meta is slightly slower and no fear of AoE banish from the dragon.
Yes. Mostly it's even before the old dragons. I feel like that's actually still not bad into dragon because it's so aggro.
Mhm.
The only thing is that it's preying on the fact that other decks are shoving dragon out of the meta, and so that so that banner sword can come back. It's a full-on aggro deck.
Right.
It takes advantage of uh, most of the mid-range decks because they're like trying to set up board, play for board. But this deck, the banner sword plays so many stone minions that they just do not care.
Okay.
However, it is it's a I would say it's a harder to pilot deck, not because it's an aggro deck. Obviously, that's very linear. It's mostly because when do you drop the banner? When do you
Right.
not? Because that's a huge loss on tempo. As an aggro deck, playing a 4 mana that do nothing, almost nothing, is not good enough.
Right. We are currently waiting for their other match. They're probably on a tie game. So we can go ahead and
Do some take two.
no? You kidding me?
Let's see your take two action, dude.
I have too many tickets.
We can talk about decks that just ladder it up, getting more points, or get you back to that rank 1
Well,
master points.
for one thing, we know that this is the old deck, but this would
Okay.
be the mid-range shadow that was in the tournaments that were very frequent, let's just say.
Yeah.
In the new decks nowadays, they don't even run Prince of Catacomb anymore.
So it's a choice between Orthos and Catacomb. If
Yep.
you're an aggro, you kick Catacomb out. If you're mid-range, you kick Orthos out.
And that seems to be the case. I think some of them actually still try to combine two of them, but it's
I
like
don't
cutting one
agree.
and one and making it a 2/2 of each.
Yeah, because that makes... So your 4-drop, 4 mana 1/2 alone, like technically it's not a 1/2, it does more than that. But the thing is, you're playing very weak 4 mana stats creatures.
Mm,
Because Catacombs are 1/1. Orthos is a 1/2.
right.
That's why I think if you're aggro, you cut Catacombs. If you're mid range, you cut Orthos. And you can keep them though, because you do need to play something on 4.
And then let's see, for Dragon List, what was this one? Oh, this is one of my
this is-
older lists, but Zell is no longer there, so you would immediately throw him away. And we can see that the Erd is coming back, and Saha Queel Engine isn't not so much.
So again, like I said, when we talked earlier, the Dragon deck, this is the in-between with the Zell. Basically, Zell stitches Storm and Saha together.
Yep.
But now without Zell, you're more often go two ways with this. You either go full on Storm, with triple Erd, triple Genesis Dragon, triple Forte, or
Triple
maybe two Erd.
Zeus, triple
Yeah,
Zeus,
triple Zeus.
triple Genesis Dragon.
Some lists even play the Gilgamesh, the 8 mana 5/4.
And throw out Ouroboros.
Yes, just full on Storm.
Yep.
But
Mainly
some-
because of cards like Sybil, Draconic Fervor existing, and then the Ayla to help with the early pressure.
Yeah, and the Storm list, you're hitting them for 7, for 8 a turn. Like you're not.
You're not a
Uh,
weak boy.
Yeah, you're not trying to play control and catch up. You're like, you're gonna take 7, you're gonna take 7 again. Oh, and here's another 7.
Nah. It's more like, hey, I'm gonna give you a head start before I start going 0 to 5,000.
We're ramping this up real fast.
Yep.
But the other line is the Saha line. We're saying, all right, I'm gonna catch up now, and here's a Bahamut, here's the Israfil, here's another Israfil. You're gonna deal with these while I'm healing up, and then eventually, card quality, my card quality is just way better than yours.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because every card I play is a legendary game finisher card.
Right. Trying to get some update here with the brackets. And seems like Yuzu versus Square Equation still finished yet.
No. Must be the Aegis mirror. Not
Yes.
drawing Aegis.
There is no Aegis. It's more like a Forest versus Shadow, maybe? Nah.
Oh,
Okay, they just got finished.
okay.
They're about to report their scores in right now. And hopefully we can
Four-
an HSK versus Teji follow up with a finals.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Forest mirrors can be quite long too.
Yep.
But I
So
think the longest mirror now is the dragon mirror because no more finisher. They're just down to if it's a Saha ramp list. Oh man, you just like we're both healing, we're both doing nothing.
yep. So while we're out to talk about it, let's go check over to the EXG Season 4 tournament number 6 Swiss. Again, what we see here is a very this is what the lineup was. 57 on Dragon, 55 on Shadow, a Blood at 49, Haven at 50, Rune at 49, Sword at 48, and lastly 46% was 4s. And in this list, you can actually get to see who everyone played and what the lowest win rate was.
Gotcha.
Even the people that were dropped, including all the deck lists that they were in here. So it's pretty interesting to see what their win rates are. And for anybody who went to the last tournament, you can actually see your own record. Botos, did you play your last game? Yes, you did. There you go. 21st at 67% win rate. We were running Ram Dragon and Aegis Haven and Nephthys Shadow. Tell us a little bit about your run there.
I'm a bit salty mostly because I went 5-2 but didn't make it. Again, these things happen, so just have to take it as it will. I do like my lineup, mostly because it's a triple control lineup, and that's just how I play. The funny thing was I did not expect Haven getting banned out so much. It did throw me off course a little bit.
Okay. Would you reapproach this for this upcoming tournament?
Yes, I have something in the work. I don't know if it's good enough, so it's gonna need some more testing. But the Shadow might have to go because before Nep Shadow was a trap for people who don't ban Shadow. Like, you know, if you're seeing Dragon decks that are not banning Shadow, you're like, oh, that's a defensive deck. Except no, this is Nep Shadow. You're gonna lose because this is my favorite now. But now that people are banning my Haven more often, I can actually go back to playing Mid Shadow because it's just a better deck.
Okay. So, out of this list, out of the people that you see in here, which player did you think that you hated to play against?
Anyone with a combo lineup, I just can't deal with it. I'm triple control, basically pot lineup. Anyone playing Forest and Bench Blood is also a problem. Actually, not so much now. My list is more tuned for Bench Blood. But you know, Forest or D Shift. Oh god, if I see a D Shift, it's just banned. I can't beat it. I don't care what other decks you're playing. I'm banning D Shift.
All right.
But I did saw a very spicy list from DV8, bringing the Conjuring Rune Snowman.
Yeah, the Conjuring Rune. I think the first scene was from Ununcheap list that won a couple games before. Yes. He isn't the first.
Is the game ready? It's between Square Enix and Teji.
Square Enix. Is that what we're calling him now?
Oh, 2/3 pi plus square root of 1/5. It's a. Actually, let's just do the math here, so we can call him by that answer. I think that's what he wants us to do.
All right. What is his answer? I'm actually not good. 2/3 pi plus square root of 1/5. Pi is 3.14. So what's 2/3 of pi?
Alright, I've got the answer. It is 0.412.
0. What?
Wait, hold on. Oh, okay.
It's 0.04 plus 2.0 something from whatever. It's 0.04. So 2/3 of pi times 3.14. So that's 2.1, right? Plus 0.04. That's 2.13. So 2.13.
Well, what I got is 2.54, but yeah,
Okay. Well, I rounded stuff, so
yeah, you rounded a lot of stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's probably close.
2.54 and 2.13 is definitely different kind of math there.
Oh well,
I just
do we
did it
call him-
arithmetically, but
Yeah.
anyways, the match is going on, so we'll go ahead and update the
Subooty. Ooh,
the matches. So the bands are Square 2.13
Prepare for
is Shadows is gone, and then we have HSK Teji Dragon is gone. So we are in the viewpoint of HSK Teji versus
versus Forest. This is a 50-50 matchup in my experience. Although I'm not. Ooh, and we do see the Tech Soul Dominator.
Yep.
I actually like that card a lot. Not sure how good it is though.
I think it's okay. It's a good finisher, that's for sure.
Yes.
But
Like it just basically at 6 mana you have Imp for 3. At 7 mana you have Soul Dominator for 4.
Mhm.
At 8 mana you have Gilgamesh for 5. And basically Soul Dominator is in between Gilgamesh and Imp Lancer.
right,
With a huge butt too.
of course.
Pun intended. Haha. Sylvan Justice. That's a pretty good answer there.
the world earned.
However, seeing the Blood Hand, there's gonna be a lot of damage coming in.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like
Hey, let's play.
Forrest has any way to deal with this, and there isn't any blockage, so he's gonna get hit for a lot.
The only
Okay, well, I was thinking about Belphegor, but I guess this works too, because this immediately kills almost anything. Evolved.
yes. The thing is, you want that because if they play EPM here, and leaving a 4-1 is very unfavorable for you.
Yep.
It
This one-
also
Yeah, so it immediately kills it, and then these three would just go face. So then you can actually push in for more damage if you wanted to.
another thing was if you play Belphegor first, your Soul Dealer becomes more dangerous as times go on.
Imp? Ah, not really.
This is not what you want to see.
No. You might actually consider to clear here.
Yeah.
Because
Well-
with 5 play points, you can actually Roach Lethal.
Yeah, with 2 0 spells in hand. If he has
Well,
Roach
no,
and
not
Dragon-
even. He has an Evo. He can just Roach. That's 1. 3. That's 4 damage plus Evo. That's 6. You don't even need 0 cost.
Ooh, sparkly stuff.
Does he find a Roach here? If that's lethal, he does.
No, well, not anymore because it's 2.
No, he has 2-0 drop.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So it could
So
be
that's
into
4,
a
yep.
4 and
And
Evo.
then 6. That's lethal.
Hey, let's
Oh,
Oh,
is
he
this it?
does.
Ow.
Is this it? Hesitating.
Or
Hey, let's play.
this could be a defensive play still. No,
Oh,
it is.
come on. Think.
Oh, come on.
You
6
got it.
damage. You got it.
It won't be long now.
You see the line.
I see your
Your
demise.
strength is
Again, the thing here is though, if that Wolf or Urius was a 1-4, this would just suddenly flip back right into Blood Flavor because now you have to deal with a 5-5, a 4-4, a 4-3, and then another Devil Vengeance and Razor Claw in hand. But no Imp there is the reason why he lost.
If he actually pulled off the imp, that would have saved him, and he would have done his own lethal the next following turn. That's a little bit unfortunate. And that's sometimes like how I feel about Vengeance Blood too, is that sometimes they can be a little RNG. It's a gambler's deck, what I call it.
Yes, a lot of players call it the high roll deck, or some people dub it the Daria blood deck. I wouldn't call it Soul Calling Daria, but it is a very, yeah, like you said, gambler style. If I'm winning by gambling myself. Because you're putting yourself in lethal range. Is you're not like, you know, doing control-y stuff. You're like, I'm putting myself in lethal range, but I'm also gonna put you in lethal range. One way to say it's a very ballsy deck. Alright, moving on to our game 2.
Actually, you were right with the math, by the way.
Oh,
Weakness might
2.54?
strength.
Yeah.
Is that what you were checking on the whole time? Alright, opting to
2.09.
keep his curve here. Going second. I feel like going second is favored because triple Evo is a lot. But oh, and double air jammer. All he needs is a diabolic drain and missing his 2-drop.
I'm powerless
Definitely.
for now.
And we have the succubus. So in this mirror match, it's one who has the vengeance activator first usually wins out, right?
Yeah, but you always assume both players have vengeance activator.
Right.
At least my cases, I don't. Again, sometimes it doesn't work that way.
It's like
But he does have the Belphegor to match his own, match the other player's Belphegor.
Right.
Or 2.54 half a Belphegor to match Teji's. Ooh, drawing Imp, that's not what you want to draw. Because now it weakens your air jammer draw.
you are my
Not?
food.
I don't agree with this here.
Should I suffocate
Because,
you?
like you said before, this is a gambler style.
I become
You don't win this game by playing safe. You win this game by gambling.
So what do you do here?
Did you hear me?
Here.
Oh,
I heard
okay.
you. So I'm just saying, what can he do here? It's already in vengeance. He's already at 18 with the Teji.
Yeah, again, Diabolic Drain is really good here. But he doesn't have anything to follow this up.
Doesn't seem like it. But keeping up himself at 10 is actually pretty good.
Ooh, and again, not punished. You know, drawing Diabolic Drain on time. These blood players, man.
What if I become?
But yeah, like we saw last turn, right? He could, if he didn't draw Diabolic Drain, this this turn, he would have been very vulnerable to just lethal because Belphegor wouldn't do anything.
Right.
Give it to me again.
Oh, Botas, give it to me again.
Only soon.
How can they say that in this game? Just why? 6 damage to face, and there's nothing much you. Oh, that's lethal.
Oh,
That is lethal. Feels bad. And that's a wrap. That's how fast blood fights are. Can we get more of these?
Toss complete.
these games, I guess I was wrong, but if he didn't draw that Diabolic Drain on turn 5, this could have been a reverse. How, like, there would have been the other way around.
Yep. And now we get to see the Haven from the Teji. So what about this matchup? This should be it's favor to blood, right?
Yes, we saw it before, and we might see it again. But the way the Haven player win this is either Blood doesn't have an activator, well, actually, the main way of them not winning this is Belphegor.
Right.
Right. Baphomet? You know, Belphegor. Because Belphegor not only put them in vengeance, it also give them card advantage.
Right.
That's the worst thing that Haven can't deal with. Because Haven tends to lack. They make up their card advantage by, you know, evil creatures, and the only card draw they have is Sacred Plea. So being down on cards
Time
is
for me
very
to
bad
prove
for Haven.
myself.
However, this is
Prepare
Forest that
for
we see here.
defeat.
I guess Haven was banned.
Oh, yeah, right. So this is Shadow that we're seeing.
Oh no, Forest?
Teji. This is Teji's Forest. So Dragon was banned.
Oh, okay.
Right, sorry, wrong list.
No,
Wrong
that's
game,
fine.
Richie.
We don't see anything. But
I knew
here, we might see a repeat of what happened. Forest versus
Not
Blood
not
earlier
with
this
this
matchup.
hand. Not with this hand, you don't.
No,
It
you need to
feels
Roach.
terrible.
Oh, come on!
Well, an ancient elf can stitch things up here.
What Agent L?
Ooh, May. Very
Okay.
nice top deck.
Okay. Hey Teji, I see where you're going with this.
Yep.
A little of a Yugi Moto in here.
The world turned to my wrath.
He just needs to get rid of this
Ooh.
mid boss right now, and he's not
That's a
gonna find
very
it.
good- Yeah, that's a very good draw because now he has turn 4. He can stitch his turn from turn 4 into turn 5. And Blood is not in Vengeance. That's exactly what you want to see.
Technically, you kind of do, so you can get that Roach lethal
Yeah.
on turn 5.
He might have it now with EPM and
The forest is crying for help.
Fina.
You're
Correct.
done for.
Because now Blood, if Blood put himself in Vengeance, they have to clear and have a ward up, or else they could very much be in
What have I
lethal.
become?
Hey, let's play.
Ooh, throwing, I don't like that here. Because if you do it like this, right, the Blood player will then know that you don't have a Roach. Then he can make his play accordingly. He can calculate his plays better. Whereas hiding these
I can't take it.
0 drops could make the Blood player play
Oh, come
in a
on!
much less efficient way.
Beautiful, powerful, and
If that
cute
makes
to
sense.
boot.
Right, it does.
It won't be long now.
Because now they're like, oh, he has Roach. I have to keep playing around that.
Round.
You're basically bluffing your Roach. But now that he, played his 0 drops, and then
does.
he's punished.
He does manage to pick up a Roach. Soul Dealer would not be a good answer, but this is fine. Both of board coming in kind of late, always coming late to the party. You know, that one girl that's like, hey guys, I'm here.
Did I miss something?
Did I miss something? Oh, is that cupcakes?
Let's calculate lethal here. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he's 1 off. Or I could be
Give it to
wrong.
me
2,
again.
3.
No, that's not lethal. He needs guidance. But yeah, that's
Okay.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Ends here.
Yeah, so if he kept the 0 fairies, it would have been lethal. But I guess this is fine. I don't see how Blood can come back from this.
I'm powerless.
Because he has a Dance of Death in hand.
And that's not an answer that you're looking to hope. What happened to all his imp?
Accept
He's
your fate.
Accept your fate.
he's accepting his own fate. Dance of
Yeah.
death.
Urias,
Kill it with the roach. I mean, kill it with the
Your
no.
strength is formidable.
Why not the
didn't show
fairy?
him. I had all these options. I'm not gonna show you. You don't deserve it. It's like that Japanese anime. Like, I had all these options. I'm just gonna kill you this way.
Gotta calculate the math to do 1 damage.
Anime math.
let me do some quadratic equation to do 1 damage.
Yeah,
Oh god.
wasn't punished for it. But again, back to my point. If he saved the 0 drop, he would have had lethal on that turn instead.
Right. So now we get to see the finals. So Artemis Dust actually lost to CPV Floor. And now Floor will
My
be
boy.
playing against Teji. I was gonna call him TJ for some reason. God damn it. Oh, God. See, this is what happened when I'm back on casting.
Yeah, a lot of like people call me bottles all the time.
Bottles, but you are bottles.
I know, right? It's a meme, but usually between. So I didn't have this name. My senpai had this name, and I borrowed from him.
Senpai? Who's this senpai?
It's back in my league days. He
Cheating?
plays. Me and him play league, and he was basically the coach for my team back in Vietnam.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Are you secretly part of the Saigon Jokers?
I actually used to be on their B team. It was Saigon Green.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So we did some things, but it didn't go anywhere. So
It's all good.
because I went here to study. Feels bad, man.
It's okay. That's why you're playing card games now.
less mechanical needed. More. Yeah.
Now, with that conclusion, we have the lineup between CPV Floor versus Teji, and we can see that we're gonna be following Teji because we already have him as a friend list. But in any case, we have CPV Floor. He's coming in with Dragon, Shadow, and Blood. And again, this kind of lineup kind of fits in with the same old meta, doesn't it? Are we gonna? We were hoping for the shift, but it doesn't seem so. Not even in this smaller tournaments as well.
Well, this is a practice tournament, and Floor's like a newcomer, a returner to tournaments. He's been taking a break, obviously, because of school.
I see.
And it's best for him to run the standard lineup to see how it goes, because this is the dream go-to lineup statistically.
Okay, I can see that.
And it's not the hardest to pilot. I mean, it can be tough to pilot Blood, but you do need to get a few games in, and this is where he's gonna get his few games in, I imagine. Unless you want to just swing it and like never play fours before, let's bring it to a tournament.
I did that once.
Oh
And
man.
what's his name? One of the smaller in Jordu's tournament when he was doing the his first little elimination. I went second place. YOLO'd. At that time, I was playing P2P Forest.
Oh man, that deck is even harder than normal forest.
It was the winning. It was the winning deck, but I was winning with Roach Lethals or setting up PTP at that point.
Yeah, like I get it. That deck is the best deck at the time, but it was also one of the hardest decks to pilot, at least in my.
It was ridiculous.
Because you had so many options.
You do, and how PTP worked it was because of how you have a choice. You either commit to Roach Lethal if you wanted to, if you see it, or commit to defensive maneuvers to PTP, and you have to understand matchup. Like with swords, you can't exactly Roach Lethal because of how far they're ahead. So you're committed to P2P finishers unless, you know, sword doesn't get like Floral or Otahime in time. So then you commit to that. If it was a matchup between like Dragon and stuff, you would commit to trying to lethal them with PTP early as you can, or just with Roach.
Yeah.
Those are just some of the example, and I kind of like that kind of archetype where you play the sort of like the multiple ways to win kind of thing.
Yeah. The reason why the deck was so strong, in my opinion, because you had all these options.
Yep.
Basically, you can go in multiple. You have multiple win cons with multiple ways to play the game, and that's why it was a lot of skill dependent deck. Because a good player can just take advantage of all the options, whereas your average Joe like me and you, or mostly me, couldn't really take advantage of the option.
Hmm.
Oh no, it was my favorite deck to play.
Yeah, good old times. Yeah, Teji was watching the stream, so I had to howl at him and make him come back in here. Like, go make the
admiring
room.
his own, admiring his own glory.
Pretty much. Kind of a narcissist little guy.
I gotta enjoy my win.
And look at me! I get to finish him off with a goblin.
2.54. Oh, you actually put it up on stream.
Yeah, I did. Wonder if the guy actually watches the stream to actually see what I'm doing.
He's like, no, your math is wrong. It's actually a riddle.
I'm pretty sure it is a math problem, it's just the actual name, but I mean,
Yeah.
he did say equal, or what the question problem is. We're Asians, we have to solve it, right?
Yeah, if this is actually a math reference and I don't get this, I feel bad because I'm a math major. So now I'm like slamming my head for any reference here.
It's like, I should know this. This should be
Yeah.
like the equation for this.
Must be a joke in here somewhere because a lot of math people do that. Oh man, Teji up 5 wins already. Not even a game start.
He didn't probably reset the room.
This is the people's champion. Floor cut entering like, oh man, this guy has 5 wins already.
So the bands we have right now is CPV Floor and then HSK Teji. Floor's band is Shadow and Teji's band is Dragons. Once again, Dragon being gone, and we'll be seeing his Blood Forest lineup versus a Dragon Blood. Dragon Bloods is starting to become a popular thing.
Yeah. Even though the nerf, like I said this before, the nerf was a blessing in disguise for Dragon decks.
Prepare
Granted, it was a bit weaker, but now they have a more solid game plan. And we're gonna see the Blood Mirror. Again, already an activator in hand and a double drain. I think you keep everything. No. Opting to mulligan. I don't agree with that because the drain makes you curve out so well.
Well, that's
Oh,
if you manage to get your Vengeance activators. Oh, he went in and got a curve anyways, so he's good. He's set to go.
but this is aggro blood. This deck is made in mind to beat this matchup. At least in my opinion. Because now you can't put yourself at vengeance. They will do it for you. And they will kill you for it too.
So this lineup is a little bit more aggro than it usually is.
Yes. Let's see what he has for us here.
This is my home.
A spider web.
And my food.
Does aggro blood play that still?
I think so. I think this is more like the hybrid list that's more aggro oriented.
Oh, actually, I've seen a lot of lists with just 4 Belphegors, like card draw. They don't play Vengeance. But they do play Belphegors.
Yep.
Vania coming down here.
The world earned my wrath.
Be interesting how this matchup goes, because this is a relatively new deck list
Yes.
that started arising.
I feel like aggro blood does beat this though, because they don't do damage to themselves, and the blood player, the vengeance player, is gonna put themselves in a very low range.
Pretty much. It's kind of like, why should I bother to, kill you when you can go kill yourself?
Yeah. The upside is all the early damage doesn't really matter, but then you're facing with this board, and
board.
you're like,
Yeah. Like, oh,
Oh.
wait, what are you doing with your life?
No, I don't agree with that. However, I can understand why, because all your damage doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, but you're also leaving your board. That's 2 for 1. You don't normally want to go negative for that.
I do not want to do a negative.
I mean, yeah, granted you're gonna be in the same situation, but you still get to keep one of the wolf.
Beautiful, powerful, and
I mean, yeah, it kind of saved Vampy, and she can Eva to get you a bag, but
Ooh. Hina. Okay, I know what this is. This is the Korean aggro list that's been popping around.
okay.
sparkly stuff.
It's it plays more value with Fina
Give it to me.
and a lot of
pulls
aggressive
whatever that
tools
2 drop.
still.
2 or
Yeah.
1 drop, yeah.
But this could be bad here because if a 2 pulls an imp, oh, he does pull an imp this time. We've been wondering, do they even run imps in their deck?
No, I'm actually surprised that he pulled it because he had one in his hand. So that was like 2 and 3.
Well, 2, and then he has wolves and Urias, so it was kind of low. But here we see the aggro blood taking advantage of this game. And this is a Razor Claw can do it here.
Check this out.
The question is, does he have it?
Question is,
Ow.
can he finish him off before he dies with his Stance of Death? Because that's lethal.
Oh yeah, that is lethal on the backswing, and he does not have anything.
Oh no.
No.
No. You had everything in your hand. All you had to do was trade.
Oh, not trade.
I lost. You're tough.
Yes, trade.
No, the 2-1, the 2 wolves into the 4-4.
Oh, well, yeah. If
Yeah,
he
if he
had
didn't-
went face there, he might have just won.
Or not do anything even then, because. But yeah, he should have went face. However, unlucky matchup. I mean, it was a favorite matchup, but he did misplay a lot there. Give him a talking later.
So, Teji getting the 1 win. And now we get to see his forest. And that
Forest
would
into-
wrap things up for number 18.
Forced into aggro blood, I assume. Or ramp dragon. Yep. And this matchup used to be
Time for me to
forest
prove
flavored
myself.
because
Time to get started.
the old forest list they ran like Sylvan Justice and May. Whoa. Huh, not punish, but would you mulligan Sylvan Justice in this matchup?
If not going first, no.
Really?
Going second, yes. But if you're going first, I think I like this hand a little bit better.
Yeah, oh yeah,
You
he
get
got
to-
his hand.
You get to swarm, and you get to set up Ancient Elf first, if he manages to get it. So that's why when you're going first, you don't want to throw away. You do want to throw away Sylvan Justice, sorry. But you
Gotcha.
also want to keep Ancient Elf for this.
Let's play.
But he doesn't have it.
Let's play.
Feels bad.
And here he put blood on the test. Are you brave? Oh, you're not brave. Opt for the safe line there. Oh, this is a feels bad. Yeah, the reason why Forest used to be favored in this matchup was because they play a lot of 1-drops. Like you play the 1 mana death,
Sparkly stuff.
1 death touch. No, wait.
Death Touch.
No,
3
not death
Hearthstones?
touch. Sorry. Well, that's magic, but I think I was
Oh.
talking about Death Rattle. Last word. There we go.
There
That's
we
right.
go. Last word. Yeah, last words.
Last words. Get a fairy into your hand
Let's play.
because you play a lot of 1-drops and a lot of value, so that you can keep up with blood
Let's play.
in terms of value in trading. And we see exactly here.
Well,
Wow, it goes
also,
down.
back then too, aggro blood still existed, but Forest kept winning because
Go.
by turn 5, your board just disappears from
Shine.
below the forest.
Yep.
And then you
So-
just cry in misery because you couldn't finish it by turn 6 or turn 5.
But yeah, seeing Forrest taking back the board here, not looking so good for the Blood player. I might just throw a Roach down too.
And Evo. I'd do it. Oh,
Yeah.
no balls.
Because these Roach are losing
You're
value,
done for.
especially with this line, because he's already Evoing a card.
Ow.
It's not much, and you still have another Roach for a Guidance combo.
Yeah. I kind of disagree with playing the
Powerful and cute
the
to boot.
Fairy Whisper there, because he could have used that with Guidance in the future.
Yeah. So if he played Fairy Circle,
Blow you away.
he should have played a Fairy, because he's committed.
Yeah. He was halfway committed. That's why I didn't like it.
That's the worst thing you want to be doing.
Oh, wait, lethal? 1, 2, 3?
4, 5, 6, 7.
Wait, 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 damage. Oh, he's one off.
Wait, you're counting the same way I'm counting?
So, if he plays through Rhinoceros, that's 1,
Yeah.
3, plus 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh,
The second
Yeah.
Roach is only 2.
second Roach is 2. So
Third
1
Roach is
plus
3.
2 is 3.
Yeah.
Third Rhinoceros is 6.
Yeah.
Plus
7,
1
8, 9.
plus
Yeah, okay.
another Evo, that's 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10
Okay.
damage. You
I
get
said
10.
we didn't have Evo. Okay, I thought you said 10 without Evo.
It won't be long now.
No, I said 10 with Evo.
Oh, okay. My bad, my bad.
Sparkly.
What?
My bad.
Away is
Okay, I was
okay.
like, that's not lethal, and then I thought you were
No,
saying
don't
it
play
was.
the.
Let's
Okay,
win.
well this.
This
I-
is fine if you
I
play
mean, I
both.
guess
This
this is fine. This is
It's the same amount
8
of
damage. You know
and
what
a
I
Guidance
would
should
have
still be
done?
lethal.
I think I would have just held on to it and just lethal damage the next turn.
Yep. However,
Ancient
the-
powers me.
Blood player doesn't have a clean answer for this.
No, and most blood players doesn't heal themselves, so you're also
Just-
getting to play around his vengeance, which was at 11. I mean, either play was fine.
Yeah.
I think that it was more of a preference kind of thing.
Angry. Go Blood Kid.
But this is lethal right here. The naked Roach would just do it.
I am
And
the
Elf
mad
Queen was
cyclone.
adding insult to the injury.
I would have played the Elf Queen and just be
I lost. You're
Be
tough.
like,
extended
older
play,
damage didn't matter.
extend the
But-
damage, and just kill him with the roach.
We get to see the classic matchup here. The thing is though, with the new Forest, it can brick. And if you skip like a turn or two against this kind of blood, you just straight up lose.
Because you
However,
wouldn't
he
be
did-
able to keep up, and that's the thing.
Yeah. However, he did draw a lot of his one drops to keep up, so that was good on him.
So in any case, that's pretty much it for TCG eSports, wasn't it?
Yes. Congratulations to Teji for beating Floor in the finals, and congratulations Floor for second place. Haha.
And now we do a bonus match.
Ooh, round 3. I mean,
Round-
third place.
No. I challenge you
Oh,
to the Shadow Realms.
are we dueling?
Yes. Better get your game on.
Oh baby.
Battle of the Casters, a Battle of the Century.
What are we? Are we doing one deck? What
One
format
deck.
here?
One
One
deck.
deck. All right. I'm gonna.
Actually, we can play a set. I think we can play a set.
Do we? Because I kind of have something spicy going.
I
on.
do too.
Oh.
Spicy sets.
Well. Do tell.
I don't think you're ready for this.
All right. Let me log on first. Actually, I haven't even had my client open yet.
It's okay. You
Alright.
shall be surprised.
I'm not sure if I should pull this deck because I've been working on this, but my team might not want me to. So I might pull something else, but we'll see.
I mean, you can always experiment. That's what I'm doing, but that's
Yeah.
just me.
Alright, ready up. Make room.
Alright, room is 4, 9, 8, 5, 3.
Alright, we're in, boys. Oh, baby. Best of 3. I'm not ready.
Oh, I have to pick a random deck.
What? Are we going with like...
Wait, what is this list? Oh, whatever.
Okay. I think...
I don't even remember my own list. It's like... I only have one particular list that I wanted to bring in for funsies.
Gotcha. This is my testing here, so we'll see how it goes.
What? Shadow and Blood, you damn tryhard.
JK, I wasn't memeing, I was actually being tryhard.
No! My deck's not ready for this.
No, I assure you, your deck is more than ready to beat this. I'm bringing this to the Dream League, man.
Dream League? Oh, okay.
A modified version of these. Good luck, have fun.
You must die.
Let the duel begin.
Alright. Time to put my Millennium Puzzle to work.
Oh, these hands are so good going second. Like,
You're
I
not
don't
second,
want them.
you're going first, so you're gonna mulligan all of them.
I think so. Way to read my hand, dude. You like Pegasus over there?
Yeah, I also have a Millennium Eye.
Oh, baby.
I
So
get
much
to-
challenge.
Get to see the future.
No,
Aha!
it's the opponent's hand, not the future. Like, you don't even get your weep cards right. Oh. Clearly, I'm not Miss Shadow.
I'll send you to the Shadow Realms.
No! Alright. That's actually pretty good here.
No, it's not. What do you
Maybe.
have that?
Maybe I'm not playing Mid Shadow?
Turn 4, is it?
What could I be doing?
Protector is
Oh, baby! I'm not ready for this. What's that even do?
You're not ready for this.
Alright, we'll just do what we normally do.
You gonna mess with me?
Alright, I like this. Gives me a golden opportunity.
100
Take
battlefields,
advantage.
100
Oh.
prizes.
Okay, I see now.
you are done for.
This is gonna be tough.
On this blade I
It gets better.
Prisoners.
I'll live again.
I can't let that live. But I have nothing to answer that. Alright, we'll just... Do we do this? Okay, well I guess we'll do this. To hope for the best.
Twilight. Feast upon me.
Feast upon me! Oh no, it's not what I want to hear.
Do I really want to do this just for the memes? Is it
Is
worth
this
it?
Albert? Oh my
Is this worth it? No,
God. This is Albert. That's a lot of damage.
but this is pretty hilarious.
Oh!
What
What is going
May this gem give you take no prisoners.
Alright.
Have you seen this interaction?
Yeah, in take 2 maybe. Alright, what do we do here? I guess ward up?
Wait,
Oh,
you're
man.
at 6 already? Oh my god, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, the ledger does that.
Oh well, at least one of the mids guaranteed if you did.
Yeah, I think I have to make this play. Because I want to ward up now. It's unfair, man. You're rushing me too hard.
100 battlefields, 100
Oh no.
Oh baby, all of these quality commanders in my deck.
Let's see here.
Some quality plays coming up.
I could do this. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this.
Now, here's the reason why I think Gem Stuff is actually pretty good in the Commander's deck list, and it's like a forgotten card since way back, and nobody ever uses this. And I find it interesting, mainly because if you manage to push Luminous Mage into Gemstaff Commander,
I see.
into
Protector is me.
this, and you evo the Gemstaff Commander, you get a whole bunch of like buffed up creatures all at
May
once.
this gem take no prisoners.
And then her value is actually really good as a 2-drop. In this play point,
Yep, I can see.
in this specific play point, this is what like the reason why I thought Gemstaff Commander was actually interesting play, because not only, I mean, unless you have AoE clears, but since the meta doesn't really have a lot of AoE clears, then you have this situation where you kind of like,
This
well,
world
that's a
and
lot of
us
stuff
are
going on,
unchanging.
Yeah,
right?
I can see why.
Yep.
Let's do this right though, he says.
Yes, yes, I do agree. Let's do this right.
This dragon move.
Oh no! So much face damage. Oh, that must be a Gawain. No, you do play.
I've had enough.
That's a commander
more.
hits her. That interacts with Luminous Mage.
Yes. No, I was saying the conscription pulls Gawain, but you can pull assassin too.
Yep.
If I remember correctly.
Yes, it does.
So I think I have to make this line.
Heretics like you.
Duels to no end.
All right. Fingers crossed.
My shield.
Wait. I'm still okay. I'm not in the best shape though.
You're a cheeky one.
Oh no, so much value, man. Stop it.
Fragile.
Huh.
I
So
want-
seeing you making that play,
How
I assume you just pull
Taking you
assassin from your officer. That means you have Gawain in your hand.
Yes. So the
So
whole
more
deck list,
defensive it is.
it's very defensive. It's the thing with my style of play is that I like a deck that's versatile. It's not limited to like a single play. But obviously you're taking care of it relatively easy with all these Cowies, you know, because you're being a dick and everything. Thanks,
War is
asshole.
cheap. War is
Thanks.
cheap.
Thanks, asshole.
I mean, this is lethal here.
But in any case, aside from like Kawaii owning everything up, like I like this deck a lot. It's a lot of versatility, and it balances out because you have 2/3 commander, 1/3 officers in that ratio.
I see.
And then you have finishers such as Albert and all the other Storm like Charlotte and all that. But you can replace Charlotte with Alexander if you want to be defensive, because that's another
Yeah.
commander
You
you can
must
pull.
die.
Or
Well, I assume you play front guard too, because that's like the best defensive card.
yes,
Oh, baby. I don't think this hand is good, but we'll see.
yeah, 1-drop please. Hey.
Okay, if you know me for a while, you would never see me playing aggro decks,
I don't, unfortunately.
unless I want to see somebody. I promise you, if I'm qualified for the EXG tournament, I might actually just go like triple aggro just to tell people I'm not only playing control, okay?
I am the mad
Or combo. Can you
Yeah.
play combo?
I can, I just don't like it.
But combo's the best though.
It is. What do we do here?
Yeah, but this deck, I'm still fleshing it out and figuring out ways, but I feel like I've made it almost to the best it can be. I think there can be still room for improvement on it. I just don't know what it is. It's kind of sometimes very difficult to make this deck work in ladder
Yeah.
and in tournaments.
So here I have an option. I can trade away or kill it and leave a 2-2. I think I want to kill it with my 2-2 so I don't let you Gawain my board. So if you do have a Gawain, you won't get value. But if you don't have a Gawain, this play doesn't mean anything. But I
And
think,
you'd be surprised I don't run floral fencers.
yeah, well, I think you don't.
Retreat.
Because you play, well, the way I see from earlier games, I don't think you do, but you could.
Well, you're right, I wouldn't be playing Gawain if you leave me with an empty board, but I would do this.
Never surrender.
Oh,
And
that's
Evo
even
it.
better.
Done for.
Oh man, the classic Richie Evo.
Now,
Yes.
father.
Can you swing over a 5-6?
No. I'm just gonna sit here and do this instead.
Oh, is this one of those Azazel OTKs?
Yes. Well, I shouldn't tell you that, but yes.
Whatever, if that's the case.
Oh no!
I'll just do 10 damage to your face.
You're just gonna smork?
Yes.
Little blood won't stop me.
But that put me in vengeance, man. You don't want to do that.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Alright, what do I do here? I don't think I can get over those unless I Azazel. But Azazel means I just die to Awedas. Oh.
You died to everything.
Yeah, I just died to
I have a
everything
setup.
here. We're just dead. We just assume we're dead.
I have a setup.
So, in tournament, if we assume we're dead, we would hide the Azazel. And let you think that we might be on Snake.
I was scared of either Snack or Azazel. So I was like, if it was Azazel, maybe I would have went face.
But yeah.
But if it was Snack, then that could be a problem. Because then I can push you under Vengeance, and then that guy can grab, whatever. But the thing is, I made a mistake. You played him when it was not in Vengeance. So I should have went face there.
So this is the end.
But again, I think, assuming this was Azazel is right, it's because of how I played. But in a real tournament setting, I would not play Azazel because I want to hide the fact that I'm playing Azazel. Especially for combo decks like Blood, you want to hide the fact that you're playing. If you're losing the matchup, you want to hide these information from the tournament so that going to the next round, they're still in the blind of what is going on.
So this
I'm
should...
sorry.
You're almost at your Azazel's turn.
Yeah. I'm running
Yeah.
out of options, but I'm gonna do the classic Richie.
No way. You piece of shit. Why?
Learning from others.
Learning from the best.
Clearly.
Cap. Cap.
Rank 1 master player.
Your service.
We'll never surrender.
I hope you have another one, asshole.
Words are cheap. Except you're warning too.
All ends here.
You can't call me out. What?
I'll save you. No one gets past me.
Alright,
Ow.
what do we do here? We have to hope for a miracle. Right?
Another
Oh, since-
revelation?
I think since we're hoping for a miracle, we're gonna go for it.
Your tragedy has begun.
Huh.
Weakness.
I don't think the sword runs
Oh,
here.
I am so glad I
The
warded
tale
up too.
climax.
Yes.
Live long.
Alright. What you got, Richie?
Thinking,
Funking.
and more thinking. I wish I Gawained a little bit earlier and put you to 6 instead of 7.
Oh,
That would have been a good play there.
that's sounds good to me, because I'm not dead. we're still somewhat safe.
Here.
Unless you have another freaking goddamn Azazel, but that put me at 10 though.
Yeah, so it doesn't do much. I do have this. My deck has no pathetic cards, but it does have this.
No good. Me?
Throwing away all your answers, please.
Blimey.
Stop. Oh my. What a dick.
What to do in style. I'm learning it from you, man. You said that you would do the extended PM.
Wow. Thanks.
Sorry. I'm learning from the best.
Anyways, still a fun deck. Just needs.
Yes.
I see a lot of potential in this commander deck list that I feel like I discovered. It's just. It needs more, like.
It needs a lot of testing and
It needs a lot of testing.
optimizing.
Yeah.
Because the numbers have to change a lot, but I definitely see something there. Maybe next expansion can help out a lot too.
Yeah. Like, I'm hoping, like, I feel like this list alone, just. I feel like there's something more that needs. Like a 2-for-1 card that can get back the board. I think a lot of the time that this deck has issue of is like not having enough answers.
Yeah, the thing with Sword is that it's a fuller base class, so that their spells are actually really weak. And when you ask for a 2-for-1, Sword 2-for-1 answers are often like Floral Fencer, where you make your own board instead of having like Cudgel where it answers 2 things at once. Your 2-for-1 is more of a I make more things, and also oftentimes it's not good enough. But that's how the Sword class playstyle is, because their spells are so lackluster. But it was a good set, Richie.
Yep, it was a good set. At least I get to show this off and how it's supposed to work. Maybe some people
Gotcha.
will get some ideas and start
I mean,
building their
see,
own.
I see chat asking for it. The people is demanding it.
Well, let's see if they enjoy the assassin mid-range commander's deck. That's what I dub it.
Oh well. Anything else?
Oh,
we should do?
apparently I missed lethal.
Did you?
Apparently I missed lethal. Chat's
Oh,
going crazy. I
Richie,
missed
please.
lethal with this deck. I don't even know my own deck, and apparently I missed lethal.
The creator. You can't
Faintly.
even dub yourself the creator.
Oh. I forgot about that. I thought
You can't
I
even.
forgot that was a thing.
You can't dub yourself the
See,
creator.
do you
of
understand
this
why?
deck.
Do you understand why I don't play Masters?
Rank 10 master player. Guys.
Rank 10 Master player.
I mean, sorry, rank 1. Oh, well. It was good fun. I think that's it for the stream, right? Hero.
I'm sorry?
That's it for the stream, right?
Yeah, that's it pretty much for the stream. Anyways, thank you
Thanks,
guys
everyone.
for playing, and also thank you for doing that show match. So, if you guys want to test out that deck, give it a try. I already posted it out, but aside from that, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you again this coming Saturday for the final I wouldn't say grand final, season finale NAEU tournament.
Yes. I'm glad I will be playing, and I hope to see everyone there.
Have a great night, everyone.
Thanks. See you soon. Good night.